What's up YouTube? Welcome back to the Hacktimus Mechanic channel. I'm Mike, and the last video you saw was the SLK 350 that we sold. That car is gone, thankfully. So we're back down to just 3 German cars. And so I thought maybe what I'd do is give a bit of an update, because just when you think things are going well, there's gonna be more maintenance this summer. So I've got a lot of projects on my hand. So first thing I wanna do is talk about the E55 here. I've had quite a few videos on this, the paint, the interior, a bunch of different stuff. We are now at the point we're going to be selling this E55. I hope to be listing this on Bring a Trailer soon, so be sure to check that out. I will definitely send a link for the auction when it comes out. A couple of things I've done since the last time I had a video on the E55. I changed the belt. The belt was frayed when I was taking pictures of it, actually, for Bring a Trailer. The photographer said, hey, check out your belt. And yes, I swapped that out. The windshield washer fluid started leaking everywhere, so I swapped that out. And the big thing is I finally got the front seat refurbished, which looks a lot better. And we're gonna check this out. Have a look at our new front seat. Obviously, you remember the old front seat was trashed. This is perforated leather. It's not a direct match with the old one. I noticed the holes in the leather on these are bigger than these. I think this actually looks better. Either way, that's sorted, so we are good there. So this car is going to be for sale on Bring a Trailer, I hope pretty soon. Next, I want to talk about the ML55. We had an incident last week. I've noticed that as I've been driving, the cold air works for the AC, but when I'm sitting in traffic or a stoplight, it's warm and it's blowing hot air. So I asked a few questions in forums. They said, check your fan. So one day it was real hot. It took me a long time to get home. The air was blowing hot. I got home, I opened up the hood, and the radiator fan was not turning whatsoever. And right about the time I lifted the hood, the coolant started popping out of the reservoir. So obviously that could be head gasket issues. So I quickly shut the car off. The next day, after things cooled down, I took it to my local shop. They diagnosed it as a bad radiator fan. They said, we can get one from Germany. It's gonna be $1,200. I said, no thanks. Got one on Amazon, had it put installed. Everything's working great, so that's good. But they did notice a few other issues. I've got this this grinding sound, not a grinding sound, but some sort of metal sound that I've noticed, and I thought was coming from my tensioner pulley. Turns out that's the water pump, and that bearing is going bad, and I've had that happen on multiple vehicles. So that's gonna be part of our project here for the next few weeks probably. So new water pump, I have a tensioner pulley I put on. I still need to do the spark plugs, still need to do the valve cover gaskets, but we want to get that water pump done soon because it's very hot here in Dallas, and you don't want to be driving around with a bad water pump and have that go out on you, and it makes a lot of noise. So we're going to get that done. Other than that, the ML55 is overall running decent, so that's going to be our daily driver as we sell the E55. Now, on to our 911. I joke because I've had this car about 4 or 5 years, and it's literally been the most reliable car I've had. It always starts up. When I lived in Omaha, it'd sit for 3 or 4 months in the winter, come in, start right up, no problems. Left me stranded one time. It was a bad DME. That's like $15 fix, wasn't a big deal. Last week, I'm driving home from work, and I've had a few instances that I'm gonna show you guys here where when I try to turn the car on, it's kind of a weak start, but then ultimately it'll start no problem. And I've been experiencing that over the last sort of say month. I drove the car to work. I got in the car after work, turned it on, fired right up, no problem. Driving home, the wife says, stop and get ice. I stop for ice. I come out, there's always people looking at the car saying, hey, cool car and stuff like that. Go to turn the car on, nothing. Sat there for a while, waited, kept trying, nothing. It's making noise, but not turning over. Friend calls, I think maybe it's a battery. It's not the battery. I finally have to flatbed it, and they bring it home and put it in the garage. Instead of towing it to a shop, I had them bring it home to the garage because I wanted to try to give it a shot of figuring out myself. Also, when this broke down, I was actually about 3 miles from my house at a gas station, and I wasn't quite sure where exactly I wanted to take it, and it was late on a Tuesday night, so I knew no place would be open. So I thought, let me get it home, let me see if I can figure out what it is. Maybe I can fix it, and if not, I can at least have it towed or flatbed to some place I know it's gonna work. So what I wanna do now is I wanna get in here and try to start it up so you guys can hear it, because honestly, I need a little bit of help determining what this is. I think it's the starter, and in fact, when I took my ML for a shop, in the shop, I said, hey, I'm having this issue with my Porsche. What do you guys think? He said, probably a bad starter. So I think that's an issue. That might be something I could do myself, but let's have a look and see what you guys think. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to start the car and listen for this noise. So I'll point here, listen to the back of the car. So that sounds like the starter motor is not turning the car over. Could be a flywheel issue where the flywheel is not engaged. I hope that's not the case because that's a bit bigger job. You can get a high torque starter for about 300 bucks on Pelican parts, which is maybe what I do. Got to jack up the back and really it's pull it out and put it back in. It's pretty straightforward as long as you can get the car up and get underneath it. And so please comment, let me know what you think this is. I think it could be a starter, but I just want to know what you guys think, because before I tow this to some shop, I want to try to give it a go myself. So thanks for watching. Comment, like, subscribe, let me know what this issue is. I'll catch you next time.